I'm back with another album review. Today's review is on the OST for the upcoming Toxic Crusaders video game by Psychostick. This was composed by them. This is the first time they composed a soundtrack, let alone a video game soundtrack. Josh Key handled the arrangements, and I think he also mixed and mastered the soundtrack. The soundtrack and the game have been in the works for the last few years. The game is being developed and published by Retroware. The soundtrack was released on December 5th, 2025 on Retroware. The game has yet to be released as of the making of this video. There is no specific release date yet, but Steam says that it's coming out this year. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to the soundtrack is Toxic Crusaders' theme. This is a cover of the show's theme song. Since I haven't seen the show, but I know the game is based on it. This is also one of the only tracks that has vocals. Next track is Tromaville Streets. The Toxic Avenger movies were made by Troma Entertainment. My dad has them on Blu-ray because I got them for him for Christmas in 2024. I should get around to watching them. After that is The Mexican Place. Psychostick have made dozens of songs about food, and some of them just have to be about Mexican food. Next up is Bad Guys Do Bad Things. I know that the game is also going to be on the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, and Switch. Up next is The Junkyard. There's also a level in Postal that takes place in a junkyard. That's followed by Paludo. I should mention that most of the songs are fully instrumental. We followed up with Street Party. This is the first bonus track. The bonus tracks are exclusive to the digital version, and they had to be cut from the physical version due to space limitations. Right after that is Body Talks. The soundtrack's runtime is 78 minutes, and is longer than Sandwich, which is the album these guys released in 2009. The track after that is Poolside Pummel. The longest album Psychostick released was And Stuff back in 2022, even though that was a compilation album, and a damn good one at that. The track that follows is Bonehead. Beavis and Butthead think title is funny because it has the word bone in it. The following track is Nukem Hijinks. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that this is the second of two albums Psychostick released in 2025. The track that comes next is Muffy. I remember in 2013, the Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed the old Toxic Crusaders games on the NES, Genesis, and Game Boy. He even brought in Lloyd Kaufman to guest star, which I thought was pretty cool. The track that comes after that is Boom Shakalaka. I don't even know what that means. The track that's next is Spike. I might play the game for myself when it comes out. What's next is the Nukarama Facility. I do appreciate that indie and retro games only take up a few gigabytes of space on computers. What's after that is Mutant Mike. One thing I don't understand is why so many AAA games take up so much hard drive space. My computer can't handle that, but it can handle most retro and indie games. What comes next is Tromahawk Burial Ground. The game is a beat 'em up, and those kinds of games have been around for decades. What comes after that is The Crypt. The soundtrack's runtime is 78 minutes, but the digital version is much longer. The next track is Xenotax. This is the second bonus track. After that is Go Straight to Hell. My sense of humor is the biggest reason why I'm going to hell. Next up is The American Chicken Bunker. One reason why I eat chicken is because I'm not a vegan. Up next is Psycho. It does make sense why Psychostick was chosen to make the soundtrack, and they never released a bad album. That's followed by Island City Streets. Now, the game has been postponed before, but it's better to push it back than to release it in an unfinished state. We follow up with The Subway. Here's the third bonus track. The following track is Elevator of Death. A lot of games have elevators. One example that I played is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. The track that follows is Dr. Kill 'Em Off. A lot of indie games are crowdfunded, and there's nothing wrong with that. The track after that is Immortville. This appears to be another level of the game. The track that comes next is Rave. I've never been to a rave before. The track that comes after that is Evil Kabuki Man. I don't know if Psychostick will compose any more soundtracks going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. What comes next is The Burning Junkyard. Judging by the title, I'm guessing this part of the game has fire. What comes after that is The Noxy Dome. Most video game soundtracks are either electronic music or done with an orchestra. This is one of the few that's metal. What follows is The Spaceship. There's a shitload of games that have spaceships. What's next is Psycho and Bonehead. I know that people are going to do live streams of the game when it comes out. What's after that is Smogula. Albums sometimes make years to make, and this one is no exception. Next track is Bar Brawl. Here's the fourth bonus track. After that is Dr. Kill 'Em Off Returns. I know that furries are going to be focused on the character Junkyard, and one of my Twitter mutuals talked about him in a post a while back. Next up is Approaching the End. We're also approaching the end of the soundtrack. Up next is Sarazosta. I think that's the final boss of the game. The second to last track on the physical version is Sarazosta's final form. The title is self-explanatory. The outro for the physical version is You Beat the Game. This is the only other track that has vocals. A music video was made, and there's a link in the description. There are 17 other tracks on the rest. The other 17 tracks are the rest of the bonus tracks, and they're digital only. I feel like they could have put everything on 2 discs, but the soundtrack only has 1. I couldn't find any information on how the soundtrack formed commercially. Hell, it doesn't even have a Discogs page as of the making of this video. Now for my thoughts. I think this is a really good soundtrack. Psychostick proved that they are capable of composing a soundtrack, let alone a soundtrack for an indie video game. Maybe they'll compose more soundtracks going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. If you want a copy for yourself, I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can also get more cool stuff from the band's web store. Overall, I recommend checking out the soundtrack. As for my ranking, I place it as being just below the Space Vampires vs. Zombie Dinosaurs in 3D. I included this on my list of the top 26 best albums of 2025. And now it's part where I question you. Have you listened to the Toxic Crusaders video game, OST? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Do you think Psychostick will compose more soundtracks going forward? Are you planning on playing the game when it releases? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify you of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.